No.
You've been warned.
Whoa. Whoa. Back off.
How do you do? We're about to unfold the story of
The Son of Frankenstein.
This one is probably just as bad as his father. Good morning, son.
Well, hello.
My son, you have inherited the fortune of the Frankensteins. I trust you will not inherit their fate.
By heaven, I think you're a worse fiend than your father. What are you gonna do about it? There's a monster afoot and you know it.
Well, we've warned you.
You've been warned.
I have.
Welcome back to Frankenstein Minute, the podcast that dissects the Universal Frankenstein film series minute by minute. I'm Bill Evenson.
And I'm Thom Lang, and you join us for, what is this, minute 33 of 1939's Son of Frankenstein.
Fucking A.
You got your.
Fucking hate this.
You say Lugosi, and I'll say Von Frankenstein.
Did you hear that?
Huh.
The sound of that bell. I'm not fucking doing that anymore.
No, that's dead. That's dead.
This place is dead. This podcast
Bits
of
are
dead
all
bits.
dead here.
No bell. Cannot be destroyed.
Cannot be destroyed. Cannot.
That sound of the
fist hitting
fist
the
hitting
table.
the table is real.
Yes.
Cannot be destroyed. Cannot die.
Cannot die.
Your father made him live for
Always.
I love this kind of shit. This is is the word melodrama, or what's the word for this? I don't know.
Yeah, it's melodramatic. It's
a fucking supernatural sort of character who's been hanged, and he's making a grand pronouncement, and then you immediately believe it. It is now minute 33 of Son of Frankenstein canon. We know that to this day the monster is still alive somewhere. He might be frozen in something.
or he's at the bottom of the lake in Florida.
I guess that's where he is, huh? Mm-hmm. Yeah, nobody's got
to fish
him
him out.
Those books maybe fished him out, right? Probably. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, like a series of
We'll have to figure out something.
We had a while to think about it.
But the point, I think, is he's craggly and vaguely supernatural is actually what I wrote here.
You're talking about Igor, not
Igor.
the monster. Okay.
Yeah, no, the monster is definitely... Well, actually, he's
kinda
supernatural, but
supernatural.
he's supernatural.
Well, I think it's the first mention of the monster being indestructible.
Yes, and it's now canon.
Because, he's been shot at and it hurt and he bled before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, true.
He got burned and showed the results of that.
Evidence of trauma.
Yeah, evidence
just like
of trauma,
like
in a regular human being.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, yes, dogs can go into comas.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I did look it up in the intervening week.
So, what do you know anything else about that? Just that they can?
Yeah.
Can they come out of comas?
They can, yes. Diabetic, if they don't get the...
oh, sure.
Or overheating can cause it as well.
Boy.
Now, Maggie has had seizures, and those are scary.
Right.
I can't imagine a dog going into a coma, how terrifying that must be as a pet owner.
I thought this was going to be a more lighthearted exploration. And when I think about it, I don't want to think about that.
There's really not anything lighthearted about your dog in a coma.
That's just awful.
Yeah.
So I'm glad.
But they can come out of it with the proper
They can come out of it.
proper
There you
treatment.
go.
And
We're done here.
They're fine. All the puppies are fine.
Puppies are fine. That's the title of this week's episode.
I don't recall that they mentioned it in Bride that he's indestructible. I don't think so. So I do believe this is the first time a character has addressed that.
You could see
it comes up
Victoria saying something like that.
Yeah, but I don't think he does.
I don't think so either.
He says he's still alive, but he doesn't say he lived for always.
Yeah.
And it comes up again then throughout the rest of the series, I believe.
I got to say, talking about Igor and the type of character he is, vaguely supernatural, and making a pronouncement like this, and then the next thing we talk about is, did Pretorius say anything like this? He was a character like that, too. Mm-hmm. Like, this film series is full of these side characters that are really flamboyant and exceptional.
Through this film, anyway, and the next.
Yeah, the next one's got some really boring characters.
There's one good character who's a holdover from this film.
Yeah.
And that's the saving grace of Ghost of Frankenstein right there.
Probably. Mm-hmm. But this movie's full of them.
Yeah.
Donnie,
Oh,
Lionel,
yeah.
Pinky, they're everywhere.
Pinky is, Now, the subtitle says that Igor chuckles after he says,
live for always?
Live for always.
Oh, does it?
It says chuckles, but I think he says, but. It's sort of a stifled or choked. But now he is sick.
Yeah.
Make him well, Frankenstein.
Yeah.
I don't know why he would chuckle at the fact that his best friend moves no more.
I didn't notice that. So I agree.
Yeah, it's a dumb subtitle. Yeah.
There's a lot of dumb subtitles.
This film is the first one of the three that we've talked about where the subtitles, I take issue with quite a few of them.
Yeah, I think maybe any movie I'd have have at least one
there's
disagreement.
at least,
but this one is the one where it really does seem to be like the person who did it doesn't care.
There's already been several, and we're only 33 minutes into a 99-minute film. We're a third of the way here.
And it's only 99 because we haven't gotten a hold of that German Blu-ray.
That's right.
Did
you try still?
Here's what I tried.
I tried a few sources and couldn't get it.
Well, here's what I tried. I tried posting it in Frankenstein Minute Village on Facebook, thinking that somebody would buy it for us. But I didn't actually ask. So now I'm straight up asking.
Putting it out there. If you live in Europe,
yeah,
because we can't get it through.
Well, we can't get it shipped here. I should just have it shipped to my friend in the UK. I'm sure that wouldn't even be a problem.
Oh well, yeah. If you want to do that, get two and I'll.
Okay. So you do want a longer evidence in favor of this movie being not long enough.
When this goes to trial,
Thom wants a longer version.
People's evidence.
Does everybody know what we're talking about? Nobody knows what we're talking about.
No,
who cares what we're talking about? This movie's 99.46 something
like that.
And apparently there's a 101-minute version. You mentioned Tom Weaver like last week or the week before.
Yeah, I mentioned Tom Weaver a lot.
He posted on the Classic Horror Film Board about that, and he posted a link to an article about it, and I think that's what I said.
Right.
And then I responded to that and said, yeah, we did. We talked about this on our Frankenstein Minute podcast. And someone responded to me and I realized I've made a jackass out of myself in front of Tom Weaver because it's even longer. I thought this was just the regular longer, and the reason I thought that is that stupid article compares the original DVD version to the German Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, there's some...
it's just a nightmare.
It's just impossible.
So we lost Weaver there. These fuckers.
Just for a half a second, I had Weaver right where I wanted him.
Right in your sights. And I was like, these assholes don't know what they're talking about.
Can't wait. Oh yeah, do you call it Blind Man's Bluff or Cauldron of Blood?
Cauldron of Blood. That's the only title I've known it as. I've never seen it as Blind Man's Bluff.
That's what it's called in the one on the hard drive. Yeah, I had that first version.
This is all going.
This sounds like if you leave it the way it is, it'd be like, what kind of edit was that?
Yeah.
I had the Cauldron of Blood, and then that was the one where the sound cut out halfway through.
Then you found a Blind Man's Bluff.
Blind Man's Bluff version that does not do that.
No,
but it's in Spanish.
Oh, okay. This is
This is staying in now?
Uh-huh.
All right. So, make him well, Frankenstein.
Frankenstein.
I always thought he said, this is a dumb thing, but I think he does say, make him well, Frankenstein.
Yeah.
But I still hear it the way I always heard it before, which is make him better. Because he says, "Brr, make him wow." I think he says better, kind of. But just a little thing.
Pretty sure he says well, but yeah.
Yeah, make him well,
Frankenstein.
Like better. But there's 6
Either way.
Horses for courses. You never heard that phrase?
No, I'm just gonna. No, we get a lengthy.
George Martin says it in the Beatles anthology when he's talking about the White Album.
Okay.
He's got a piece of paper in his hand. And he's talking about how long this fucking thing is, and he hates the White Album. George Martin.
Does he?
Because he didn't do a lot of work on it. It was like that period where he stopped doing so much.
Yeah.
And he says, I don't know. A lot of people think it's their favorite album, and he puts the paper. He's like, no, not me, but horses for courses. You never heard that phrase?
No. Well, I've heard it because I've seen that a few times.
6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
Sure. Okay.
I don't know whether Is that where you're at?
Huh.
So this is great, because Wolf is obviously not on board with this yet.
Not yet.
There's no question from that line. He is not on board with this
Which
yet.
is odd, based on his opinion earlier in the film, where he couldn't wait to find out about this stuff.
This has got to be the greatest thing that could ever possibly happen.
You would think so.
To that guy.
You would think so.
But no, he's going to take some convincing.
Yeah.
Let's see if someone can convince him, because he doesn't know whether he.
Yeah.
All right.
Your father made him.
And Frankenstein!
Heinrich Frankenstein was your father too.
Was your father? Yeah, you're doing the hand.
Yeah,
gotta get fucking hand in there. It's almost a Dracula hand.
It is almost. Yeah. It's a Lugosi hand for sure.
It's great. Everything he does is great in this movie.
It's a weirdly written line, and I don't know if it was written that way or just how Bela delivers it. But your father made him, and he's your father too. It's sort of a redundancy.
That's true. The redundancy is what makes it weird.
Yeah, but otherwise it's a great line. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how else you would phrase it. I guess.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. It's
coming from a character like Igor, who's probably not well educated.
Right.
I think that he's
a shepherd. He's
yeah, he is.
I don't think I've said this yet. In doing research, believe it or not, for the podcast.
Really?
I came across a book by a guy named Greg Mank called Boris Karloff, Bela Lugosi, A Haunting Collaboration or something like that.
Yeah.
And he calls him a shepherd, just straight up shepherd. Because I found it earlier. So we've talked about the Mank stuff.
It's Alive.
Where It's Alive Frankenstein, virtually all of the text from It's Alive Frankenstein ends up in the
magic
that book.
Well, it also ends up in the Magic Image.
True.
Production back.
Yeah, we have multiple copies.
Each time they're updated a little bit.
And that's, yes, we are not in any way complaining about Mr. Mank's
story. Absolutely not.
Yes, this is a good thing that we have multiple copies of it. Yeah. But by comparison, I believe in It's Alive Frankenstein, he refers to him as a shepherd / blacksmith.
Is that right?
Yeah, I just had it. I'll grab it.
I guess
or maybe it's in the Magic Image, actually. It might be in the Magic Image.
Yeah, it always puzzles me where his being a shepherd comes from, because he flat out says later on, "Nah, blacksmith."
He does, huh?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, in this film.
I don't know. I'm still doing it minute by minute.
Okay, yeah.
We'll talk about it.
Trust me, later on. Yeah, later on he does say that he's a blacksmith, and there's no indication that he's a shepherd, other than maybe the rug that Boris is wearing.
Look at what he's wearing. He's wearing an apron full of tools.
Yeah, exactly. That's my
not
point.
Shepherd tools.
Exactly.
I guess they could be shearing tools.
But they're not.
Like big scissors.
They're metalworking
Yeah,
tools.
He's got like a hammer. And
he's got the caliper things, and
I guess you could cut. You could trim the
wool.
The sheep's toenails. Do they have toenails, or do they have hooves?
They have hooves.
All right. You can trim those, right?
I guess. Sure.
I think you trim those.
You mean to imply that is my brother? That was his half brother. I guess.
Okay. I guess we covered this, but your father made him. He's fucking shouting at him.
Yeah.
He is shouting is the word I want to use. He's yelling at him. Your father made him. Like fuck you. You
have some responsibility.
Have an obligation,
yes,
to this situation. This is your problem. But he's
the
very
whole murdering ghost thing is on you.
Yeah, you were born into this.
Yeah, essentially.
And I love that in a movie or a tale of any kind. Really, it's fucking stupid. It's idiotic, really. Like I don't blame Donald Trump Jr. for being Donald. Well, wait.
Oh wait, yeah, I totally do.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
I totally blame any of them. I blame Barron for
Barron. Forgot it. You said Barron, and I'm like trying to think what you mean about Frederick Kerr.
Everybody forgets about
that's
him.
Right. There's a kid named Barron. Oh, God.
What a douche.
What a douche. Should have named him Douche.
It's a given.
All right. Anyway, so then it gets weird.
You mean to imply that is my brother? Igor nods.
And the acting completely changes. Is this just me? It just seems like the performances on both parts completely change direction.
Because it was probably the next day and they got new dialogue.
Whatever it is. I am complaining about this movie now.
This is an artifact of how it was made, I think.
Because Rathbone does his little eyebrow thing. Do you mean to imply then that that is my brother?
He's back to asshole wolf.
It's awful.
Yeah.
And then we cut back to Igor, and he's laughing.
Smiling.
The guy who was just screaming at him.
Yeah, he's grinning and nodding. I don't know that he's laughing, but he's sort of...
It's not as bad as what Rathbone's doing.
No.
But it's like, well, come on. The tone changed really fast.
Within that edit after...
Yeah.
Frankenstein with your father, too. Then, there's an edit, and the whole tone shifts. So he turned into Bing Crosby?
It cuts back and it's Bing Crosby.
You mean to imply that I can't do. I shouldn't even try.
Don't even try.
No. I'll do Igor and leave it at that.
Okay. Yeah. You be Igor and I'll be Bing.
Yeah.
It's like a road movie.
Road to Von Frankenstein.
Yeah, I suppose that is a place, probably.
But it was the lightning.
Was lightning.
Well, it was lightning.
Because it is technically a sentence. And you one joke I thought about making is lightning what? Lightning her hair, I guess.
Yeah, her complexion, lightning,
her complexion.
The mood. The tone of the film.
Yep.
So that would make the monster's half-brother.
True.
Different mothers.
We assume Wolf's mother was Elizabeth.
She might
not lightning.
Not lightning.
No, she might have been lightning. Actually, she had dark hair, and then she had light hair.
That was the other way around.
The other way around. True, good point. But that doesn't mean that they're not both also true.
Right.
She could have dark hair
and then
lightened it
again later.
331, and then.
But his mother was lightening her hair.
Yep.
They said.
They said.
Oh, okay. They'll probably put that one to bed, too. Put the they said to bed along with the invisible ray.
No, the they said
Just keep
has
going.
to continue.
Okay.
All the way through whatever we're doing next.
Electricity. Wolf was surprised by that.
I wouldn't say surprised. I think he's more intrigued by like he's saying, oh yes, yeah, good point.
Well, we'll see, but he says we'll see.
I suppose
he's
you're right.
doubtful there.
Yeah.
Electricity.
That's not how I read it. I guess it's more
not
just
buying.
like if you came here today and I had a slab here and the monster was on it, would you just immediately start talking like, well, I see. What we need to do is we need to get some electricity. You know, he's sort of saying, electricity. I think he's more like he's intrigued.
But he knows all this already.
Well, he's just sort of thinking out loud, electricity.
I guess.
We'll see. That's how I read that. I don't have a problem with that.
No, I'm not saying I have a problem with it. It's just an odd.
It is odd. Why are we doing this minute by minute?
I don't know. Whose idea was this
This
to begin
is a
with?
fucking nightmare.
Get the instruments from the castle and take him up there.
You even pointed
Point
with
it
your
up,
finger because that's
because
what's
that's what-
weird. To me, the weird part is that he points up there because they went down a slight incline.
Yeah, it's maybe
From the other side of the
maybe
room.
7 feet lower.
It's not.
If that.
We are meant to believe they have descended into another story, another floor
Another
of
level.
this building.
Yeah, but the little ramp thing is maybe 7 feet
Yeah.
altogether.
It's just tall enough that if Boris Karloff is at the top of it, he's taller than Bela Lugosi.
Yeah, basically. No, you cannot take him away.
So now Wolf is negotiating with Igor. We're on minute 33. There was an attempted murder. Let's not
let's not forget
this
that.
by minute,
Yeah.
so it can be.
It seemed like a long time ago.
It's weeks ago now,
Yeah.
so things have calmed down. Tempers have cooled, but he tried to kill him just a few weeks ago, and now they're like, well, hey.
Hey, let's work
I guess
this out.
actually that makes more sense now that I think about it. She tried to kill him. That's why Wolf is
Trying to placate him.
Yeah, exactly.
Not antagonize.
Yeah,
which he tends to do
and
to
that
everybody
is the
else.
tone he has. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like,
It's okay.
Fine.
It's all right.
I'm not gonna.
Just-
It's cool,
just
man.
up there.
It's cool. Just up there. And he does another long pause. And maybe that's why this movie is as long as it is.
There's all these
There's
pauses.
a lot of lines. He says just up there, but that takes like 4 seconds because he pauses for a long time,
And then
points carefully, and then
Yeah,
just up there.
He's talking to Igor as if he's a child, which I think is the best way to handle him.
Yeah, that makes sense. Although Igor is the most clever character this movie and the next movie is going to have. He's a very manipulative, clever.
I wouldn't say he's quite one step ahead of everybody, but he's thinking ahead.
Right now, he's one step ahead of everybody.
Well, yeah, he is at this point, but not throughout.
Not throughout the whole film. Maybe not when the one guy shoots him.
Maybe we didn't see that one coming. Is what you're saying?
Oh fuck! Look forward to that next summer or whenever that happens.
Can I take him away? Just there, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, just there, the old lab where I'll have light and room and the choking stench of the sulfur pit, I would assume.
Probably worse where they are now.
There's nothing venting it out. It's all just...
Yeah, I think about it, they don't go that way again, do they? Do they ever go through that wall? Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, yeah, they do.
You see it a number of times.
Yeah, okay, so...
But it seems like the geography is slightly different later.
Right, because later the monster goes down a ladder that takes him to a similar place. Is that below this place? I guess it must be.
The sub-basement? I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot going on here.
Yeah, we'll have to see when we get there because I'm not remembering if it's the same or not. Because there's like a little alcove that they're sleeping in, Igor and the monster.
Oh, really?
I don't know if it's off of this room or
Igor and the monster are sleeping together?
Well, he does things for him.
All right, we still do have the Patreon going. Much appreciated.
Yeah, and we have
a bonus
few...
episode we released a couple of weeks ago. Big hit.
And we've had a few new Patreon subscribers in the past.
Yeah, we should maybe.
We should do a shout out coming up.
We should. Yeah. The last one is a guy I know.
Okay.
I was like, oh, yeah, Ruben's gonna listen, or at least pay. You don't have to listen.
You didn't have to listen. No, you don't even have to listen.
There's no obligation here.
You can still,
just pay.
Still be a Patreon and not listen to this crap. Because no one would blame you for that.
Kind of seems like maybe the ideal scenario
Best way
at this
to
point.